what was your first experience in a recording studio? And what was it for? Was it for that first Epica record, or were you in a studio prior to that?
No, I was never in the studio before Epica, and I was shocked hearing my voice as a recording because I thought it sounded so different from how I perceived my own vocals. At first, I was really shocked. I thought, that's not how it sounds for me, you know. And then, of course, you get used to it, and there's effects going on over it. You know, it's in the beginning when you record vocals, it's like dry, you know, like the actor in Kill Bill say, dry like a bucket full of sand. And then you threw some sauces over it, and it sounds more organic, you know. So I was really a little bit shocked at first.
Yeah. And that's that record obviously has so many pieces to it, and so much it's very dramatic. There's orchestration, all of this stuff was right there from the very beginning, this very sort of theatrical presentation. What was it like from your standpoint in terms of those early ideas of what would come to define the sound and what kind of band it would be, and how much of that were you discovering in the process of making that first album?
I did not have a huge input in the first album because I was basically the baby of the band, and I relied on the other guys writing songs, and the band was, everything was fresh. Mark, of course, had a lot of experience coming from After Forever, and he just continued writing songs, but with different band members. And I remember back then it was still kind of analog. We had like this disc how do you call it? No, Discman, yeah, cassette player that we used to record the rehearsals. And that's also how I would record my vocal lines that I had. And we were rehearsing in the cellar in the basement of Mark's grandmother. And
cool.
There were like egg cartons on the walls to hopefully absorb some of our heavy riffs and drums. But of course, the walls were very thin, but his grandmother didn't mind. She never minded that we made such an awful loud noise. She enjoyed having people in the house, And yeah, that's how Epica was born, in the basement of Mark's grandmother.
That's amazing. And that's such a relatable story for anybody who's ever been in a band, and to have any kind of family members that are supportive, because a lot of times the story is no one was supportive in the early days, especially.
Well, I kept the fact that I was singing in a metal band a secret for a while to my parents, because I had to come clean, because I was singing in a choir at the time, and I had like a double booking. The very first Epica show was at the same day as my choir concert. So I had to leave, and after the first half of the choir, I had to leave to go to the Epica show, and I had to tell my parents, look, I'm singing in a metal band, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. And they were like, that's not the future we had envisioned for you. But yeah, here we are 20 years later.
Yeah, I would imagine eventually they caught on and came around, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. My mother still doesn't like the heavy growl vocals. She likes to listen to the ballads. But yeah, they are supportive and proud, definitely.
Amazing.